Alright, this is everything you need to know about the tribute mechanic in Civ 5. To tribute a city-state, you need to overcome the city-state's resistance. So a city-state's resistance is made up of the points up here. So a city-state has a base resistance of minus 110. It receives a further minus 10 for militaristic type, a further minus 10 for hostile personality, further minus 20 for pledge of protection. Pledges of protection don't stack, however, and it doesn't include your own pledge of protection. Minus 30 if you're trying to enslave a worker. Minus 40 if you've tributed the city-state in the last 10 turns. And then minus 300 if you have less than negative 30 influence. Minus 300 if you're trying to tribute a worker and the population of the city-state is not at least 4, and minus 300 if they've given tribute in the last 10 turns. So to overcome that resistance, there are two factors. The first factor is your rank in the soldiers score on the demographic screen. So the formula is unnecessarily complex. Essentially, for a 6-person game, you'll get 75 points for first, 62.5 for second, 50 for third, 37.5 for fourth, 25 points for fifth, and 12.5 points for sixth. The second factor that matters is your melee combat strength within range of the city-state. So the range is based on the map size. So it's 5 tiles for a standard or smaller map size, 6 tiles for a large map, and 8 tiles for a huge map. The terrain and terrain bonuses do not count towards your combat strength. City site does not matter. Promotions do matter. You'll find a lot of information out there saying promotions don't matter. That's not true. We're going to prove that in a second. Fortification bonuses don't matter. Embarked units do count. Naval units do count. Air units do not count. Damaged units lose 5% per 10 hit points that they've lost. This appears to be truncated at increments of 10. And then the city-state's resistance is based on the actual city's combat strength plus the combat strength of all the city-state's units. So the ratios are plus 25 for half, plus 50 for 1.5, plus 75 for 2 times, plus 100 for 3 times, and plus 125 for more than 3 times. One other thing to be aware of is that this is not perfect. There appears to be rounding and truncating issues, which we'll look at in a sec. But here, for example, where we've got 8 combat strength versus a 15 combat strength city, you can see that we get no military near the city-state bonus. If we go down here and look at a 8 combat strength versus 10 combat strength, however, we get the plus 25. Then if we look at 2 warriors, so 16 combat strength versus 10, we get the plus 50, which in this case is enough to tribute. Then we can look at 3 warriors, so 24, and here we get the plus 100. Then we can look at 3 spearmen, so 33, and this gives us plus 125. Now, as I mentioned, I'll show the promotions. So you can see here that I've got 2 warriors that have 4 promotions. I'm going to promote them in such a way that they're not getting any terrain bonuses because terrain bonuses do not affect this. And you can see as I take the 4th promotion, there we go, I can now tribute this city-state. So there is some sort of relevance to promotions. I don't know exactly what it is though. The other thing that you can see here is that this many scouts should be more than enough to receive plus 125. However, we're only getting plus 100. So this has something to do with the rounding. So you'll find you'll run into situations where you've got a lot of weak units that don't give you as much of a ability to tribute as they should. So what this means in practical terms is that if you want to generate a lot of tribute, you're going to need to be top military, and you're going to need to move your army within 5 tiles of each city-state you wish to tribute every 10 turns.